The wounds of war are shockingly obvious for some military men and women. Severe burns tell their own story. As we mark the 10th anniversary of the Iraq War, we check in with a retired Army Ranger, an inspiration on and off the job.
You staying busy today?
Walking and talking and looking fantastic. Meet retired Army Ranger Michael Schlitz.
What's up, Doc?
Good to see you.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well.
He and his doctor are prepping for yet another surgery. He's had 80.
What I'm going to do is not make a big incision, but tunnel it.
Badly burned at war, Schlitz is in the home stretch of building a new nose.
Is it just going to rest on the outside of the nose then? The curved piece going to be on this side of the nostril?
I caught up with Schlitz, who considers himself the lucky one.
I lost guys, they don't get, I consider myself very lucky. People would say, oh, but you have to live with scars, or, I'm willing to do that because I still get to live a good life. I have a lot of blessings in my life. I get a lot of opportunities to go do things.
He's like many of Iraq's war wounded, this the result of an IED explosion.
I was the trail vehicle, I was the last vehicle in the convoy. I was in a Humvee, so I didn't have the kind of armor that the other vehicles had, which made me the weakest vehicle in the convoy, so they knew they were targeting us.
Do you remember that day?
I remember hearing the explosion, I remember hitting the ground. I can remember being burning basically alive on the ground, face down in the dirt.
Shall we? Yeah. Let's do it.
With 85% burns, Schlitz is among the worst Dr. Timothy Miller has seen.
Yes, without question.
UCLA Medical Center is one of 2 partner hospitals under a program called Operation Mend. Miller guesses 15,000 were injured by IEDs in Iraq, and
I don't think we've operated, and I say we, the United States, has operated on 15,000 people. And so we want to be sure that they know that this program is available.
with 25 of his 80 surgeries at UCLA, Miller literally built Schlitz a new face.
Operation Mend has changed my life because I don't get the stares that I used to.
As painful as it is to see Schlitz at his worst, he'll remind you he signed up to serve. Always the athlete, he's still stronger than a lot of folks and still an avid runner. And he's not done serving. He's among the backers of Gallant Few, designed to
help transitioning Rangers when they leave active duty to kind of integrate back into their local community using other veteran mentors.
Gallant Few is really taking up the issue of suicide in the military. What's your goal with that?
If you know that there's that one guy out there who's watching your back, who's there at 3 o'clock in the morning for you to call, chances are you're not going to do anything.
So the pledge is, one more time,
the Spartan pledge, that you're just not going to take your life, and that, it's both sides, that I won't take my life and you're not going to take your life.
Gallant Few's Tim Abel is also an actor and retired Army Ranger, and he says Schlitz is admired by vets because he
does not feel sorry for himself, does not lay around in his rack, taking his pain meds, getting drunk, and trying to forget about life. He's out there on the edge, living life.
The Gary Sinise Foundation, which builds homes for veterans, is building one this summer for Schlitz. While his mom has met his every need, he's excited to have his independence.
Basically, the entire house, you can operate it on an iPad. So if I want to dim lights downstairs, I can dim lights from upstairs. I can open up the front door from anywhere in the house. The cabinets in the kitchen will lower, so I don't have to try to reach up. I can just reach out in front of me, grab what I need, and the whole cabinet will go back up. It's still a little weird for me because, it's a house. I mean, people work their entire life to have a house, and have a home. So I'm very grateful.
To learn more about Operation Mend, go to our website, myfoxla.com. We'll have his story. We've done a story in the past as well. And we're going to do another story tomorrow, visiting with his doctor, talking about how he rebuilt his face with all those surgeries. And I love him.
Yeah, people always want to say thank you to the servicemen for what they've done. How do we get involved with them? How can we actually say thank you in a material way?
Well, Operation Mend has what they call buddy families, and these are families who will go meet them at the airport when these people come in for their surgeries. They will visit with them, go to dinner with them, just kind of be that friend while they're here in Los Angeles because, Michael doesn't live here, so he has to come here every time for his surgeries.
Yeah, it's a little team support there. That's great.
Operation
What a great idea.
Mend on our website.
We'll be right back.